complete guide to construction insurance. There are numerous types of insurance policies designed to safeguard property owners, contractors, and developers through the different stages of a construction project. Actually, certain kinds of insurance for construction are required for numerous projects. In the following sections, we'll go over the fundamentals about construction insurance. We'll also discuss the most popular kinds of policies that are available and the circumstances under which they will be in effect. If you're already knowledgeable in the field or need to locate a reliable firm, you should look through our list of recommended construction insurance firms below. What's construction insurance? It is an extensive classification of insurance policies that offer protection for construction projects. In actuality, the term construction insurance is generally a reference to insurance that deals with construction projects. It is not a specific kind of insurance. There are many factors that determine what kind of insurance for construction that one will need to cover a specific business or project. The main factors are the relationship between the insured and the project contractor owner, contractor subcontractor, etc., as well as the kind of company that is purchasing the policy, business or an individual, and the kind of property that will be insured. Different types of construction insurance. An owner of a property who is undertaking construction work could want to cover a variety of items related to the construction project, such as the building, the materials that are in transit, etc. In accordance with what the terms of the agreement are, contractors for the similar project may require different types of insurance like general liability or commercial vehicle insurance. Here's more details about the different kinds of insurance that are available. The builder's risk course of construction insurance. Buildings risk insurance, also referred to by the name of course of construction COC insurance, or sometimes construction all-risk insurance, is a form of insurance that covers construction and other structures when they are in construction. Other policies such as homeowners insurance, commercial or residential insurance do not protect structures under construction. The builder's risk policies typically offer coverage for the following kinds of structures: building materials, foundations, temporary structures like scaffolding, paving, fencing, outdoor fixtures, lawns, trees, and other plants put in by the builder. The majority of insurance companies offer coverage for the most typical kinds of construction projects, which include new residential construction, smaller projects or renovations, model homes and models home contents, construction of commercial property. If your project for construction or kind of structure is distinctive, there could exist specialty companies that will offer insurance policies to your specific project. These policies protect against certain kinds of damages. The most basic insurance for builders will be able to cover damage caused by fire, weather, vandalism, typically, insurance companies will typically offer premium protection options, which are more, but they can also increase the coverage limits for insurable events and/or insurance-worthy property. Damages caused by flooding or earthquakes are typically not covered except if coverage for these types of incidents is added to the policy. Insurance companies may also include specific exclusions in the policy to protect them from covering damage that result from specific circumstances or due to the negligence of the policyholder. The Course of Construction Insurance Guide to find out more about the risks for builders insurance and find the top insurance companies. Commercial and Contractor General Liability Insurance. General liability insurance, often known as commercial general liability (CGL) insurance, also known as general liability insurance for contractors, is a kind of insurance that offers companies with protection against liability in the event of bodily injury or property damage that occurs during the course of their business. Insurance companies create different versions of these policies that are available to contractors and professionals in construction. No matter if you're the owner of the property or a construction firm, or contractors, liability insurance policies are offered to safeguard policyholders from the risk of taking on. Typically, these policies are sold by the name of Contractor General Liability Insurance or General Liability Insurance for builders. Insurance policies for general liability generally cover a variety of damages, which include incorrect construction, injuries resulting from work, advertising injury, defamation. Developers or contractors could be required to carry at least a certain amount of liability insurance by laws in certain states, or in order to be able to obtain certain contracts which require it. Companies that complete a lot of design-build jobs will certainly want to carry insurance for liability in the event that they're sued due to their mistakes. In addition, subcontractors are often required to have liability insurance to work for specific general contractors. General insurance policies for liability are available through a variety of companies for the following kinds of companies: residential general contractors (RGC), developers, remodelers, light commercial general contractors, trade, specialty contractors HVAC, electrical, plumbing, etc. As with builder's risk and various other forms of insurance, specific exclusions will likely be specified in the policy. This will protect the insurer from having to pay for certain kinds of incidents or damages. Commercial auto, truck insurance. Commercial car insurance, also known as commercial vehicle insurance, isn't just available for construction work. It's insurance that's designed to offer auto insurance to commercial vehicles. The protection offered in commercial auto insurance designed to protect policyholders from expensive repair costs for vehicles, as well as medical costs or lawsuits caused by auto accidents. There are a variety of options for coverage options in commercial insurance plans that are similar to the coverage options available in traditional car insurance plans. The coverage options that are standard include liability insurance. This covers the company and its employees from costs resulting from injuries that are caused by workers. Physical damage insurance. This protects damage to company vehicles following an accident covered by. This may also include extensive coverage, which guards against theft of vehicles, damage by vandalism, or the destruction caused by natural events. Medical payments coverage will pay for any injury-related costs that result from a covered incident, which includes hospital bills, medical bills, ambulance expenses, funeral costs. Uninsured motorist protection. This kind of insurance will cover injuries and damages caused by drivers with no insurance. This is important as it is your personal liability insurance policy that will cover injuries and damages that you cause to other motorists. If you're involved in an accident while with someone else who is not covered by this insurance, it is still important to be protected from costly medical or repair expenses. Insurance companies such as Progressive nationwide offer coverage for various kinds of commercial vehicles, which includes vehicles commonly employed in construction projects. The following trailer and vehicle kinds are typically insured by insurers that provide commercial auto insurance. Types of vehicles: trucks, pickup trucks, dump trucks, flatbed trucks, straight trucks. It is important to know that a specific policy type, commercial truck insurance, falls within the category that is commercial auto. Although commercial auto insurance is a broad term that encompasses the entire range of vehicles that are used for business reasons, commercial truck insurance covers larger vehicles such as semi-trucks, dump trucks, cement mixers, etc., as well as the companies that use these vehicles. Alongside the options for coverage offered by a typical commercial auto insurance policy, commercial truck insurance provides general liability coverage, cargo insurance cover, downtime protection in addition to other options. No matter what kind of vehicle you own, it is essential to be covered by a commercial auto insurance policy when driving the vehicle to conduct commercial purposes. Remember that many private auto insurance policies exempt accidents that occur while driving your car for business use from coverage. Inland marine insurance. The marine inland insurance market is a large category of insurance that extends over the entire construction industry. The name originates from a time when the insurance coverage was the majority of ocean-bound material and vessels. However, this is not the situation. The insurance coverage for marine vessels evolving to cover a variety of kinds of property. This includes the property that is in transit, mobile equipment that is in the custody of a store or repair facility that is used across different locations, and even computers as well as digital data. In the construction industry, inland marine insurance is mainly applicable to equipment and tools used by developers and contractors. In the construction, it's often called tool or equipment insurance or contractor equipment insurance. These policies protect a variety of kinds of properties utilized by construction workers, contractors, and developers, which include equipment, tools, clothing and equipment, hammers, drills, generators, electrical saws, wood, drywall, etc. Mobile equipment, excavators, forklifts, loaders, cranes, etc. Equipment that is borrowed or leased equipment or portable devices like forklifts, electric generators. Data and computer equipment, laptops, tablets, private project data. The policies will cover the items for replacement costs or the reasonable market value stolen or damaged items. The covered events that are covered under this type of insurance could comprise a stolen piece of equipment from construction site, equipment or tools that are damaged in the transport to a job site, equipment damaged during a natural disaster or fire at the job site. This type of insurance may also be used to pay for other expenses that could be incurred due to the damage or loss of equipment and tools used by contractors, for example, cleanup of debris and pollution following an incident that is covered, costs that arise from delays resulting of an incident that is covered, bonds for contractor licenses. The bonds of a contractor license are agreements that are similar to insurance policies that guarantee that a contractor is in compliance with the rules that pertain to their particular license. The major distinction between this with an insurance plan is, although it is the contracting company that's person who buys the bond, it is intended to safeguard the general public as well as any other person whom the contractor has business with. In general, insurance companies offer bonds. However, they're not identical to insurance policies. The price of the bond for the contractor is usually based on the track record of the contractor's previous of earnings as well as their credit score. The more track records that a specialist in construction has, the less costly the bond will cost them. Different states, industry and forms of construction contracts may require contractors to hold a bond to obtain a contractor license in certain cases, and additional bonds may be required. Construction bonds. The term construction bonds, also referred to by the name of contract bonds, are used in order to guarantee particular aspects of the construction project, and in the end the contract for the project is assured of being completed if it is accepted. There are a variety of contract bonds. These include bonds to assure that bids on projects are of a serious nature and that contractors are afford to support the venture financially should they are selected to bid. Performance bonds to make sure that contractors adhere to the requirements and complete the task as stated in the contract. Payment bonds to assure that the contractor will be able to provide the payment to laborers, subcontractors, as well as suppliers. Maintenance bonds protect the owner of the project from defective work or defective materials for a certain period of time following the work of the contractor is completed. They are also called warranties. Subdivision bonds are used to assure to a county, city, or other municipality that the bondholder will construct the property according to local guidelines and rules. Site improvement bonds offer the same protections as a subdivision bond, however, it only applies to existing structures being upgraded. Supply bonds are used to give the assurance that suppliers will provide items, supplies, etc. according to the contract. Workers' compensation insurance. Workers' compensation insurance, sometimes referred to as workers' compensation or workmen's compensation, are insurance protection designed to protect employers and contractors in case their employees get injured working. This is done by covering the following expenses in the event of an accident that is covered: medical costs, payrolls not paid, costs for ongoing recovery related to an injury, legal costs in the event that an injured party seeks to sue the insurance company, funeral expenses and death benefits. Workers' compensation insurance, as with other insurances on this list, is not limited to the construction industry. However, it's an essential element of protection for contractors and builders who plan to hire employees who have the risk of being injured while on the job. In reality, the insurance for workers' compensation is mandated by law in certain states. Insurance companies such as Progressive Nationwide The Hartford offer workers' compensation coverage for all kinds of businesses, which include plumbers, general contractors, HVAC electricians, technicians, and many more. Construction insurance requirements. You might be wondering, is construction insurance necessary? Actually, in the majority of cases it's not just necessary, however, it's necessary. Insurance for commercial vehicles is mandated by law. Every state and federal government are governed by laws which establish the minimum requirements for liability insurance. Workers' compensation is mandatory in many states under law, however the exact requirements for workers' compensation will differ depending on the state and the number of employees working in the company. The other kinds of insurance for construction will not be required under the federal or state laws. However, a lot of construction contracts will require contractors to obtain insurance for the work they are describing. Smaller contractors that deal directly with homeowners won't typically be required to carry coverage for projects that they work on, and in most cases they don't. However, when larger organizations like universities, local governments, and large companies hire major construction tasks, they nearly always require commercial developers and contractors to carry insurance which covers the different parts of the project that are insured. These expenses are typically transferred to the project's sponsor. However, the contractor has to find and acquire an insurance policy. Typically, these contracts will require contractors to carry general liability workers' compensation as well as builders' risk insurance. Sometimes, surety bonds as well as marine insurance for inland waters will also be required, but less frequently. The greater limits and protection offered with an extra liability umbrella policy as well as by professional liability insurance won't usually be demanded by the project's sponsor or in the contract for the project. But it could be a great help for businesses and contractors that are caught in legal battles following incident covered by the policy. Construction insurance costs. This is a question that doesn't have an easy answer, as construction insurance covers a variety of kinds of insurance policies for different scenarios and is bought by various kinds of policy holders. Furthermore, developers, contractors, or property owners who purchase these policies have a choice regarding the amount of insurance they'd like. The average cost for construction insurance. Despite the differences in the cost estimates, it is still possible to obtain an estimate of how much all insurance protection for different project types will be. The following table provides the approximate annual costs for different types of construction insurance policies. Average annual premium required. Commercial general liability $500 minus $1,500 most often. Umbrella, excess liability $1,000 minus $3,000 recommend. Professional liability $800 $2,000 recommended. Builders are responsible for a risk of 1-5% of project costs. Workers' compensation $5,000 to $8,000 per employee, typically. Commercial auto $800 minus $5,000 for each vehicle always. Surety bonds are typically $100 minus $10,000. Inland marine $2,000 to $3,000 sometimes. Average annual premium. Commercial general liability $500 to $1,500. Umbrella, excess liability $1,000 to $3,000. Professional liability $800 to $2,000. Builders are at risk of a 5% to 1% portion of the cost of the project. Workers' compensation $5,000 to $8,000 for each employee. Commercial auto $800 to $5,000 per car. Surety bonds $100 to $10,000. Required. Commercial general liability typically. Umbrellas and excess liability are recommended. Professional liability insurance is recommended. Builders are at risk a lot. Workers' compensation is typically. Commercial autos always. Surety bonds occasionally. Inland marine sometimes. The figures in this table represent an outline of the overall cost for the insurance policies. Note how wide the estimates vary. Each developer, contractor, or homeowner could have different costs based on the particulars of their project and their individual history of safety and experience. In general, those who are more at risk are more likely to incur higher cost of insurance. For instance, the price of general liability insurance coverage for construction companies and development companies is influenced by the kind of projects they undertake and the track record of claims. Indeed, due to the inherent risk associated with construction projects, contractors have some of the highest premiums for general liability in any industry. Similar can be said for insurance policies for excess and professional liability. Although policies vary in terms of cost, less risk contractors are less expensive to insure. Thank you for watching.